is going to be led by Andrew Clark, CRM Manager at Oracle Red Bull Racing. Welcome, Andrew.
Hi guys, first of all, can you all hear me? Very good, that's a good start. So thank you for joining Movable Think Summit today and for joining my talk on implementing and optimizing at speed with Oracle Red Bull Racing. First of all, I know you guys are all hungry, you're all going to want to go and eat, so I won't waffle on for too long, but I will take you through, as we've sort of spoken about there, the CRM strategy, loyalty program, and make it as fun as we can along the way. So, first of all, can I get a quick show of hands? Who knows what Formula One is? That's really good, okay. Who's an Oracle Red Bull Racing fan? No lying. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're not doing very well here, are we? Mercedes, McLaren, and Ferrari. Okay, so we've got a lot of people that are on the fence, so I can win you over today. Good. As was briefly introduced, I am Andrew Clark. Who am I? I'm Andrew Clark. I've been in CRM in one way or another since 2014. So I joined Bwin Party Digital as CRM Associate, completely fell into the industry, didn't know what it was about, but I got offered a job somehow, and I took it with both hands. I stayed there for 2 years, and I worked my way up, sort of working through segmentation, processes, content, personalization. While bit very, very minimal, it at least got me on the ladder. I then moved on to Digital Marketing Manager at Sporting Index Group, a lesser well-known logo, but still a very big part of my career. So I was across all of marketing, which baffles me. Now I think back, I don't know how I did that, but I had some really good people around me. So we're talking SEO, PPC, CRM, paid, display, it was endless. I then took a job which taught me everything I now know about CRM, which was at Compare the Market, a fantastic company, 4 years well spent there, really getting hold of what CRM is, segmentation and deep personalization, which was fantastic, before spotting and somehow getting my dream role at Oracle Red Bull Racing. Very, very proud to say that I work for this company. And who are we? Obviously, a lot of hands went up for knowing Formula One. You might not know Oracle Red Bull Racing as well. So we made our debut in the Formula One World Championship in 2005, with our first win coming 4 years later. So we had some podiums along the way, but nothing until 2009 at a very, very wet China race. These stats, I'm actually really pleased to say, are actually outdated now, because we're now at 108 wins. We're at 7 World Drivers' Championships after Max Verstappen crossed the line in the sprint race in Qatar, and we are 6 times World Constructors' Champions, which is no mean feat. That last stat's also outdated, because for the McLaren fans in here, you obviously beat our world record at Qatar, so I know the boys and girls in the garage are going to want to get that back at the next race. Now, I just wanted to talk to you just a little bit around the loyalty program. It's a free fan loyalty program called The Paddock. Now, the vision for this was to design and implement a best-in-class loyalty program to aid fan acquisition and retention, and we launched that in 2021, so a couple of years ago now. And what is it? It's an area that fans can do what you already do. You're reading articles, you're playing quizzes, you're entering competitions, you're watching video content all the time. But what we want to do with The Paddock is to reward our fans for doing that. So you can earn points as you go along doing your activities, as you can see, and then you can claim rewards off the back of that. Sometimes it's a digital reward like a wallpaper or some sort of digital token. Other times it's a physical gift. You could win a pair of Max's race boots. Bit weird, but people love it. I would. But we also do big hitting fan-led competitions. So a really good example of this on the screen at the moment is Make Your Mark. We've actually given our fans the opportunity to design the livery for our 3 US race cars. So Miami is on the screen, followed by Austin, and later in the year, Las Vegas, which is a big one. You're going to love it. I know you're going to love it. It looks amazing. That's all I'm saying. But we went big on social and CRM, and then we held a in-person fan event to launch the car to the world, really showing how awesome the car looks and how great our competitions are across as many channels as we possibly can. As I mentioned, the paddock was launched in 2021. We're now reaching more than 500,000 fans across over 170 countries, with a total percentage of the database at 30%, which is always going up, and we're always striving to get that. We want that at 100%, not 30%. Shameless plug, there you go, enjoy it. If you can get your phones out quick enough, you want to sign up to the paddock, it's there. If not, when you leave to go and get your lunch, there's some cards that will be given out to you, and 3 lucky cards you'll win a hat. So don't tell me I didn't come with nothing planned. So CRM, this is my bread and butter, if I'm honest. So I wanted at the start of my journey with Oracle Red Bull Racing to evolve the database growth, fan loyalty and engagement to the next level through hyper-personalised content, segmentation and revenue generation. Bit of a mouthful, but I could not do that without Movable Ink. Simple as that. On the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see what our emails used to look like. Very much hero, body copy, CTA, not engaging, looks, in my view, pretty ugly, and I inherited that and I wasn't happy with it. There was no cadence to the sends. There was no race weekend updates, no segmentation of the database, no personalisation, wasn't really mobile optimised, and no real interactivity within the emails. The last point, no revenue generation. As we're moving on, even for a business that doesn't rely on revenue generation from CRM, it's still a vital part of what we do to make sure that we are providing value to the business. So the Movable Ink implementation and optimization, this is where we have absolutely gone all in with our content and with Movable Ink. So in December last year, we had an exploratory call with Movable Ink, which we very quickly realised what we wanted to do, why we wanted to do it. Fast forward 3 months of hard work, and here I would like to sort of pause a little bit and say, those 3 months were some of the toughest of my career because you're dealing with different stakeholders around the business that don't always know and understand what you're trying to do as marketeers. And the amount of conversations I had to go through to explain, to get people on side, was all worthwhile when we signed that contract at the end of March 2023. Another thing that I'm exceptionally proud of is that I think, in my experience, a lot of people want the tech, don't necessarily know how to use it, or they're scared to use it. I say, no, forget that. We've put our money where our mouth is. Movable Ink have done the same, minus the money. Let's get this launched. So within 2 weeks, in our Azerbaijan sprint update, we had a countdown timer that I made. It looked terrible. It was horrible. It worked. It counted down to the race, but it's not what I envisioned. But I wanted to get over that barrier, a bit like today. I'm doing this because I want to get over barriers. So we launched it. We put it in. Hey presto, I'm over that barrier and I can now start to accelerate. So after that, we then launched the weather module to update fans around on our database of what the weather's going to be doing at that race on that weekend. Trying to give as much information to our fans so they know exactly what's going to happen, exactly when it's going to happen. And then, moving very quickly on, we started planning for the automation of that countdown timer. So we were manually updating that, and it was a lot easier than what we have been doing, but it was still a little bit time consuming. Now, we automated that through a CSV file. We're going to be optimizing that again into next year. But now we have, for the remainder of the season, all of our races with the weather modules and the countdown timer ready to go. Finally, we launched I've just skipped on. That's what I was saying. So, bit of a busy slide, but what did we want to achieve? increasing read time to 8 seconds plus in email. It's a metric that not everyone knows about, not everyone cares about, but I do. Because with our preview email, we want to give fans as much information as possible, as I said, about the weekend. Now, we also wanted to increase click-through rate. We wanted to offer fans more insights for upcoming race weekends and increase engagement with our Instagram followers. I'm pleased to say that we have seen a lift of 20% in read time. So that's spending 8 seconds or more in that email, which gives everything we want to do. We've seen a decrease of 20% in skim time. So that's 2 seconds or less, which is so fast, you're not going to get anything from the email. And we've also seen a 34% lift in click-through rate for the modules that we have used within our email that are powered by Movable Link. So now we have engaging content, fully segmented audience built using AI segmentation, a yearly planner that we follow religiously, weekly reporting, which is absolutely imperative to what we do. We need to understand if what we're doing is working. And A/B testing completed on subject lines, email content, it's basic stuff, but we're doing it week in, week out. And I've heard some great things on testing today from the other speakers. So, what comes next? This is a big one for me. So, one of the biggest reasons we started talking to Movable Link is because we could not power a lapse journey properly. We can say we miss you, please come back. It falls on deaf ears. It's too little too late. We need to drag them back. We need to get them excited to be part of our journey. So we're going to be launching a scratch off towards the end of the year, hopefully in the next month. We're also going to reactivate those fans using image personalization, which is really looking fantastic. So if you haven't already, please do lapse and then come back, because that would really help me out. We're also going to be incorporating personalised messaging and the latest news into the current welcome and birthday journeys. Just a quick one on this. The amount of code, the amount of HTML, that we have to use to pull in a simple paddock favourite number or your favourite driver or your nickname is unreal until we got on board with Movable Link. Because now it's one code snippet, as a lot of you guys know. It's one snippet of code. We put that in the email and it powers our journey. It's absolutely imperative because it's all about optimizing and making sure that we're not spending too much time doing stuff that is it's not worth our time. And finally, I think it was Betfair, while I was out the back pacing around, stressing, talking about their year in review or their sort of summary. We're going to be doing the same thing. I'm not going to rip Spotify off. I don't think anyone can rip Spotify off because it is unbelievable. But we want to get damn close to it. So we're going to be using image personalization, data sources, social share. We're going to drag all the data that you've got off the paddock and we're going to put that in an email and present that back to our fan base to say, this is what you've done and this is why we love you as a fan. So yeah, that was a little bit quicker than I thought. Probably a good thing because the others ran over. Now, as I say, thank you so much for listening. And I really, if you want to connect on LinkedIn, wherever, please do get in touch. It'd be a pleasure to speak to you and get new ideas because, we always need them. So thanks for listening. Grab your cards on the way out and enjoy lunch.